Hi, I'm Mark. This is Mark's Tech Vlogs on YouTube, and today I'm going to be reviewing two products. Both of these are from a company called Ugramo, and I'm going to be reviewing their smart bathroom scales and their smart tape measure. Now, more and more of us this year have been focusing on our fitness, especially at home with gyms being closed a lot of the time. Now, whilst weight and measurements aren't the only way to keep track of your fitness, they can be a helpful indicator, and it can be particularly useful to have a product that helps you measure these stats as you go along and as you progress. Now, Ugramo reached out to me and offered to send me these two products to review, and they weren't actually a company I'd heard of before. But as I've looked into them, they seem to specialise on measuring products. So they make kitchen scales and bathroom scales and smart measures and a few other things. So in this review, I'm going to be talking about the smart scales, but also the smart measure. So let's start by talking about the scales. So the Ugramo Fit Smart Body Scales cost £60, although there is also a pro version available for a little bit more. At the moment, there's currently a deal which sees them on sale for about £30, and these deals happen regularly. It's also worth saying if you buy more than one product on their shop, you do kind of get discounts per additional product. In terms of design, they've got a much more rounded design than your average pair of bathroom scales. This makes them look a lot softer in the room and actually is a design that I really like. The top of them is white with 4 grey sensors, and there's also an LCD screen for showing you your weight. If you want to view the other metrics, you'll have to access that on the app. On the base of them is a battery compartment and 4 rubber feet to stop them slipping. That battery compartment takes 4 AAA batteries, and this is what powers the scales. In terms of spec, they can take up to 180 kilograms of weight, and they offer 12 different body compositions. You can see these body compositions via the app. These are your weight, obviously, your BMI, which is calculated based on the gender and height you put into your profile in the app. They also work out your BMR, your body water, your body age, your body fat, your visceral fat, your substantious fat, your bone mass, your skeletal muscle rate, your muscle mass, and your protein rate. It's worth saying that these are intended to help you measure fitness and not for medical purposes. In terms of how accurate they are, I've compared them with my existing smart bathroom scales, and they're pretty much the same. Of course, this isn't a fair test in terms of testing them with all sorts of extra devices, but I don't have those other devices. This means all I can do is put them alongside what I already have and see that I get similar results. Ugramo say that the sensors built in are accurate to within 0.2 of a pound either way. The scales also offer baby mode and allow you to have different profiles for different household members. They connect to your phone using Bluetooth, and they're really easy to set up just by following the instructions in the app. They're used with an app called Fitbit, and this is just available in the App Store. It works with Apple and Android, although I've only tested the Apple version. Once you've got them set up and paired, when you use them, you can either just stand on them like a normal pair of scales to measure your weight, or if you open the app, it will track all of those other metrics as well and record them. If you want to, you can also sync that data with Fitbit, but also with Apple's Health app. For me, as an Apple Watch user, being able to have all of my data in that one health app is really useful. The Fitdays app itself has 3 main screens. The home screen shows you the latest data, and you can click more if you want to view it all. This is really nicely presented, and expanding it shows you where you're at. For example, I'm an average weight. The second screen is called Charts, and this is where over time you can see your progress. You can select to see this by recent, by week, by month, and by year. And then the third screen is the Account screen. This is where you can set up your account, you can add users, and you can change settings. It's in this settings menu that you might link it to Fitbit or Apple Health. For using the scales, this app is really nice and clean, and it just works really well. It's also got a really impressive launch time. And that's all there is to say about the scales, so let's move on to the Ugramo Fit S Smart Body Measuring Tape. Now, this is the first product of its kind I've actually come across, although I'm sure there's some others out there. And it's essentially a way of you recording your body measurements into an app using a smart tape measure. It usually costs about £60, but there is currently a £30 offer on. And once again, if you bundle it with other things on the website, you do get more discounts. The device itself is about the size of your average DIY tape measure and has nice rounded edges. The rear of it has a battery compartment, and the bottom has the tape measure pull, and the top has a small LCD screen for showing you the measurement. The maximum length of the tape is 150 centimeters, and it feels pretty strong when you pull it out. One side of it has centimeter markings and the other has inch markings. This also means there's a really easy way to check if the display is actually accurate, and it is. The tape measure also has 2 buttons. One on the front is for turning it on or off, toggling between inches and centimetres on the display and recording a measurement. and then the side button is for retracting the tape measure. When using this device with the app, the measure section takes you through taking 8 measurements. These are your neck, your shoulder, your arms, your chest, your waist, your hip, your thigh and your calf. Of course, you might need a hand for taking some of those measurements. Using the Fit S with the app isn't quite as intuitive as using the scales, but once you work out where the 2 main settings are, it's easy enough to use. So let me explain. If you want to take a measurement, you press the plus button on the top right of the home screen. You then choose the circumference option and it connects to the device and talks you through taking those measurements. You can work through and take all of them, or you can just choose to take certain ones. Once you've got the tape measure stretched out to the right position, pressing that central button will save it on your phone. This is particularly good because it means you're not trying to hold a tape measure whilst trying to press something on your phone at the same time. There's also some useful diagrams with these measurement screens to help you know how to measure and where to measure, on the off chance you don't know where your thigh is. Once you've measured and saved, you can go into the chart section and then click the tape measure logo in the top right to view your metrics in a similar way to you do with the scales. Again, you can track this by recent week, month and year. One thing I have noticed so far is that this data doesn't seem to sync with the health app. Once again, much like the scales, the Fit S is simple, it's easy to use and it looks good. So what's the verdict on these 2 products from Ugramo? So all in all, these 2 products from Ugramo are pretty good. They work well, they've got nice designs and the app is simple enough to use. My only criticism is really when it comes to the tape measure. And this is a very minor criticism, but it does feel like the tape measure features have sort of been shoehorned into the app rather than being as intuitive as the scales. If you want to pick one up, I've put a link below. It is an affiliate link, so it will help my channel out if you do click it and buy something, but don't feel that you have to. I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you've got any questions, do stick them below and I will come and answer those questions, and I'll see you guys again soon.